Hi everybody, how you guys doing? Gotta enjoy one of these EU-friendly streams for sure. Is this EU-friendly today? Is it? I'm not even sure. Hi everyone. Also, thank you, Bushido. I appreciate the resub, dude. Thank you. So nice.
One wow for you.
Wow. Thank you, Slow Corey. Appreciate you, dude. Really do. How are all you guys doing today? Is everyone doing swell, I hope? Is everyone doing okay? It's 12 a.m. Not friendly? Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's like close to midnight, I think. Chilling at work. The AQI in my town right now is over 500, so I'm hiding inside.
Long time no see, Alex.
Oh, air quality index.
Hope you've been well. Also, my birthday today.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. How old are you turning this year? Thanks, man. I appreciate the 11 months, dude. How's my flight home? Honestly, the flight there and the flight back was super easy. I did not have to go through anything in terms of like weird things. I mean, there was like one guy who was like overly mad that he had to put his carry-on in like a thing underneath the plane. He was like really upset. Other than that, I mean, that was pretty much it. I feel like there's always one angry person at the airport that's like yelling at someone. How do I resub through the app with Amazon Prime? Believe it or not, you can't. They don't have a lot of features on the app. It's so weird. This is the transition. I thought I'd use a TKL today. I don't know. I was doing some other stuff that needed like F1 and F2, so airlines do be losing shit.
You can shoot me with your arrow or something else. Latina forgasm, Latina forgasm, Latina forgasm.
What the soundtrack, huh? 6 months though. Appreciate you, bro. How are you guys doing? How was your week? How was everyone's week? Everyone have an okay weekend, rather? I guess that'd be the better person. I always find it so funny watching that one person. So, Alex, what are you going to do with the Greggle sticker on? Okay, I want to do something with all the stickers I have. Because I have, like, not only from this meetup, but, like, I just have lots of stickers. Also, my hair's, like, so meh today, but whatever. I have so many stickers. So, I was thinking, I want to kind of sticker bomb board, but I don't know what board I want to do. I don't know what would be cool to do for that. I have no idea. Hi, Nine, how are you? Starting Baldur's Gate? I'm gonna start tonight. I think I'm gonna start tonight. I think that's gonna be my goal. I'm gonna start Baldur's Gate tonight. Dude, my hair's like sticking up everywhere. Do you guys care? No one cares, right? No one cares. My hair's a little bit messy today. Sticker bomb a tofu? I could do that. Yeah, I would have to do something flat. Maybe I can even do like a QK or something. Envoy? I could do an envoy. That'd be pretty fun. Do the Wendy since the back. Oh, true. I wonder though, could I possibly sticker bomb the weight of the Wendy? I wonder if I could just do that. My U80. I think it's at my parents' house. I don't know. Also, look what Reggie made me, dude. Dude, Reggie made me this. It's fucking amazing. It's a little... I had my old tofu sticker bomb for a minute. Should I do the tofu? I have a tofu somewhere. Hi there, Alex. I think I never got to thank you for signing my sequence. I will never sell it. Hey, no worries, dude. Missed you? Kush. Dude, I missed you guys too. Thank you guys all for being here, by the way. I appreciate you guys. I know it's a Monday night, and it's kind of shitty because it's a Monday night, but... could do a whole stream where we do it with you. Yeah, honestly, we could. We could do a whole stream where we do that. But dude, if I gotta tell you, I think out of all the boards at the meetup, Qualities stood out the most. It was the Envoy with the most interest. I think he posted a photo in the Discord. It's in the photography section. If you guys want like a nicer, I could get the sticker, but it's in my little baggie up front. But it's not gonna do it justice. It's not big enough. What TKL am I using? This is the Transition. Transition TKL. Scum, thank you so much for the Prime. Oh my god, Malachi, thank you so much for the 3 months. Appreciate you. Tuesday morning here in Aussieland. It is Tuesday in Aussieland, yes. But the meetup was sick though. I want to do more meetups. I would love to do more stuff like that. So nice. It's so cool getting to meet everybody in person and then just like giving people hugs. And man, there was a few people I saw there that like I recognized their usernames or just like I recognized their names, and like I was insanely happy to see them. I was like giving out hugs to everybody, bro. It was crazy. Thanks to the endless amount of entertainment information, just got into the hobby myself and binged too much. Hey, thank you so much, Scum. I hope things are entertaining. I've been told that people really liked the longer VODs, so I've been making sure that we upload those on a regular basis too. You were definitely taller than I thought. How tall do you guys think I am? Do you guys think I'm short? Do you guys, well, not that there's anything wrong with that, by the way. Do you guys, how tall do you guys think I am? Because that's not, you're not the first person to tell me that. Yeah, I'm 5'10". Everyone thinks I'm like, I don't know. I had a few people tell me they thought I was like 5'7", 5'8", a little bit smaller than that. 6'19". Alex confirms 6'6". I'm only 5'10".
Alex
like,
confirmed 6'6".
Apostrophe. I thought like 5'6". Really? Do I give that energy off? Alex is taller than Doc, the 2-time? That's crazy. How many centimeters? I think I'm like 178 centimeters. I think isn't that 5'10"? I don't always remember the centimeters. It's weird though. It's the most annoying thing though. It's for whatever reason, my ID says I'm technically 5'7". And I've measured myself. I am not 5'7". Again, I don't give a shit, but like I worry that one day they're gonna look at the ID and be like, this guy's fucking fake, bro. Didn't you have limb lengthening surgery? Or did I have limb? No, I should though. I need to be taller than Tim. Growth spurt? I could say that too. Hey Alex, I bought a white Envoy back in February. Now I'm seeing pics of the stone color. I'm thinking about spray painting mine. The stone looks just so good. I mean, go for it. Honestly, I really like the stone color.
I love you and I can't wait to smell your musk at Keep Life.
I'm not going to Keep Life though. Guys, it's just a bad timing for Keep Life. I really want to go. I think if there's next year, I'm gonna plan my year around it, but I can't. Like I just went to NK and then I got some other stuff to do, and I'm gonna be. There's just too much stuff happening. Yeah, I'll go next year. Raffle off your Keep Life ticket. I didn't have one. Should I get one? Daddy Alex, hello. Hi Elquan, how are you doing? Thanks for the subs, by the way, guys. Really appreciate the love. Alex is more handsome in person. He signed my board. Thank you. Dude, all y'all are handsome and beautiful. Please tell me things that are true, like you guys being beautiful. I mean, I think there is another Toronto meetup in November 4th. They were talking about it. I don't know if it's like gonna be a for sure thing, but we'll see. Okay, I gotta show you something else. Okay, I am gonna show you guys this. I am starting to lube these. Okay, I'm only gonna show you a few because I don't feel like grabbing the whole package. Check these out. I think the menu is Avalon, but I'll figure out the menu for this, but Enland Keys is going to be selling these. It's a totally different stem as well, which is interesting. But I think they're really cool. The one annoying part about this entire thing, though, is you can't really... Like, with the other switches, it's just like, you know that this part here is always going to be the part with the leaf. But this, you can't really tell. Like, there's no... telltale, like, yes, this is the part, unless you flip it over and look on the inside. The biggest difference, I would say, looks to be like the stem is different. So it's like like a hexagon? No, this is an octagon. It's like octagonal on the inside, so it's totally different shaped stem. I'll do a deeper dive into these, but they actually, like, I lubed a few and they seem interesting sounding. I'm excited to try them out, but they're really pretty. Kind of like a gem. Yeah, they're called diamond switches. They're going to be from Enland Keys. Let's get rid of this. I'll pop that. And then, this is the switch we're using today. You know, I was kind of hoping they would feel a little different, but I'm not going to sit here and, like, tell you they do, because they don't. Like, they sound cool. Like, they sound like they're going to sound like a switch. I know that's a very broad, boring statement to sound, but could be less wobble. What was that? I haven't had enough time with them yet, but here's the switches we're doing today. These are called Cupid switches. Now, I was like, what the hell are these things? And I did some digging into what, I don't even know how to pronounce the brand's name. It's Kyocera. They actually ended up getting a new mold for the leaf. So this is interesting to me, and I'm going to put this to the test today. I have not lubed these. These are in its stock config, or at least what they told me, the pre-lubed config. They sound pretty good, but they said in their testings, it was the leaf that was causing a lot of metallic noise. So they got a new mold for the leaf. And if you pull up their IC or like the IC for the Cupid switches, they show you some like detailed photos of the new, what's it called? The new leaf. So now it's got me more interested. If this was just like a regular schmegular switch, I'd be like, whatever, but interesting. Yeah, so this is what we're gonna be using today. And I'm very, very, very keen to see if it's different. And then they also mentioned that the lubrication process of this was supposed to be a bit different too. We'll see though. Overall, they feel great stock. And if this is gonna be consistent across the board in terms of what they can produce with these are excellent. Like excellent feeling in hand so far. For their, oh shit, what'd I click? My bad, guys. So nice.
Dang, has it really been
switches.
that long?
Nuts!
Been loving your work since the get-go, dude.
Thank you, dude.
Hope you are doing well.
I'm trying to be better, man. I got a little notebook today. I'm writing some like of my daily planner stuff inside. I'm trying to like write things down. I just wanted a smaller one. I still use the big one for like the whole day, but for like days ahead, I'm using this guy now. I'm gonna use this guy here. It's cute though. Very, very cute. Name of the switches. So these are called Cupid switches. And now for, I guess, the thing you guys have been waiting for. Okay. Le Petit Prince. Yeah. But it was fun though, man. It was really, really fun. It was a great meetup. There were so many cool people again this year. I think the weather was perfect too. That probably helped. Fantastic meetup. If you guys haven't gone to a meetup yet, go to a meetup. It is so much fun. There's a lot to unbox with this. So we're gonna start with the board. All right, this is called the Cupid65. So this is the same company who did the Heracles, which I know a lot of you guys liked. What's the color of with the board? This is a cream with botanical. Already, kind of cool. You going to your first meetup this weekend? Let's go. Here is the Cupid65. It also has batteries inside of it. And then you got that little, so the Heracles had the same thing. It had that really cool titanium, what's it called? Piece on the, what was it on the bottom of the Heracles? It was on the bottom, right? Because you couldn't see it. So they ended up saying, okay, we get it. People want to see the cool stuff on the side. So they put it on the side, which is fun. This is my first time on Twitch and it's so strange to see like real good production quality, but it's happening right now. Like I'm watching a video, but you responded to my message somehow. Twitch is cool. Hey, dude, I hope you like the stream. I try to make it high quality anyways. Color's really cool. This curve on the back is super fucking sick. Excuse my language. I love this. Like, in love with the shape of the back of this keyboard. That sounds kind of sussy, but just trust me, it's not. Beautiful, beautiful shape. It's like struggling to focus right now. Alex could make this cool even if it was 160p. You guys are too kind to me. What the hell? Cool. Let's see the side. Just so you guys can see that side view. Okay, what do you guys think? I'm in love with the shape of you. Appreciate you. Push and pull like a magnet too. What do you guys think of the side there? I'm just wondering the general consensus on TX AP stabs. They're like, if I had to rank them, they're like middle of the pack for me. I still think they're way too finicky with lube when you can just buy something like a cherry stab for like half the, well, not half the price, but much cheaper. And then, you know, you just don't have to be as like pinpoint accurate with the lubrication process. A little bit more leeway. So I still prefer the cherry clip-ins. Yeah, I'm thinking
Thoughts on
frost
chocolate milk with pizza?
That's a lot of dairy. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. Chocolate milk with pizza. That's stressful to think about, actually. Pizza first or milk first? If I had to do that, I'd probably eat the pizza first and then drink the milk after. Like, it doesn't sound disgusting to me. I just think that's a lot of dairy. It's just too much dairy. I'm still figuring out my stabs. To me, they're all gonna feel the same at the end of the day. Once you get them right, they all feel the same. Yeah, this is nice. I really like this. This is super pretty. So shape of the keyboard, I'd say it's pretty simplistic, you know, in terms of like what to expect with this. Nothing on the bottom. It'll have this, you know, the cool engraving stuff on the titanium on the side, which is kind of neat too because it has a shape to it. So it's not just flat and boring. Then there's a badge here, which I think the badge looks super nice. Let me see if I can find it. And then underneath this are the batteries, because you can get a wireless mode with this too. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we even attempt to look for that badge, let's move some stuff to the side. I'm spilling my switches. We got to show you guys everything else. How's the anno quality? It looks, I mean, dude, it looks absolutely flawless. Maybe, I don't know if this is just like a little, no, it's just a little dust. This looks flawless to me. There is some fingerprints and smudges on the PVD. I'm going to see if those can wipe off. Nice.
No.
But like, this looks pretty flawless. Ravius, thank you so much, man. This is going to be up for group buy soonish. I don't remember the exact day that they're doing this stuff, but soon. I think that might have gotten delayed like a week. Okay. Now, I know some people are probably not going to be happy about this. I'm going to probably look at this from a different lens though. So I'm probably going to still build this with the foam. And I'm going to try from today on, when we get stuff with flex cuts, as much as I'm probably not going to personally prefer it, and I would love to see more options for this, there's not. So this is what we're going to be doing. And yeah, let's just take a look. It has flex cuts in it. Let's take a look at the PCB. I'm a little sad there's no options, but it's all preference at the end of the day. I was doing some, I don't know, not research per se, but just digging into like what comes in the box. So it has some flex cuts. It's okay. What's up, Slurpless? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the Pokemania keyboards. That's a compliment, right? I think so. Pokemon's very smart. What's your fave top mount TKL? Top mount TKL? Damn, that's tough. I would probably say the Cloud line, because I didn't really love it with its, I mean, honestly, you can get some really good ones. So that's the PCB here, guys. You can see there's some LEDs, per key. All right, let's see the next thing here. Do you use shims using cherry stabs? I have never attempted to, but I'm sure you can. All right, now comes, dude, this part here is gonna be a little bit much. So if you guys are paying attention, you might have to help me out too. We have a switch pad. Now I think this is the IPXE or whatever they call it pad. This is supposed to sound different than PE foam. I'm curious to use this one here today. I kind of want to. Then the next thing is case foam. I think there's 2 of them because there's 2 different sizes. The next thing is PCB foam. I don't know if we're going to be using this today. I kind of just want to use this IPX pad, but it is hot swap, so if I end up hating this, I'll just rebuild it. Then we got a plate. We have a little PC plate. It also has these like little gasket thingies on the edges, which I'll show you guys afterwards. Then we got screws. I do appreciate their bags though. I don't mind that. I like how they're labeling everything. Then we have daughter board and stabilizer shims. Cool. What else do we got here? Well, let's find out. Then we have silicone socks and rubber columns. Cool. And then we have feet and the badge. Now the badge is actually really nice. Tim Keyless? Oh my God. How are you? This is the badge. I think this looks really cool. Like, I don't know why. It gives me a really cool vibe. And the badge sits there. Although I don't know if I have to like do anything different to that. I kind of like that. Yeah, the board does come in some great colors too. I kind of like it. It's different. I'll say that. Like, it's different. It's not like it's typical, like just put a little engraving there. It's cool. I appreciate it. All right. Again, I'm going to be as open-minded as I can with this, knowing that, like, I'm going into this knowing that this might not be 100% up my alley of preference, okay? So just so we're all aware. Also, they also said this, it's coming with this too, because it's a different layout than normal.
Look at that handsome man doing his thing. We love you and thank you for the fun, chill space to vibe in.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Snick Rep. Thank you for the 20 months, man. I'm going to be building my first board from scratch, Cupid65. I want to know if gaskets are necessary for a typing experience. No. Gaskets are... So, okay, let me explain one quick thing about gaskets.
You know what's up my alley
What's up,
on
Icy?
preferences?
Hey, dude. Oh my God, thank you, bro. So, the thing about gaskets is gaskets can help contribute to a soft typing experience. They can help contribute. But their main purpose is to isolate the plate and PCB from vibrations. I would say personally, like, it's a byproduct that it helps make it soft. Usually if you want a bit softer, you go for a softer plate, or you go for sometimes, thicker gasketing, which kind of, again, helps, or leaf springs, which I'd say are the better way to get a softer typing experience. But just having gaskets alone, so for example, if this just had like extended tabs, it's not going to guarantee you a soft typing experience. Case in point, I would say something like the Smith & Rune Iron 160 has gaskets. It's a very stiff typing experience. It depends on also how like they're implemented is what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. So if you get something like the Suse, which is a top mount, use if you want, use a polycarbonate or palm plate, and you'd still get like a decent typing experience. It's not going to be like super soft or super firm. It's going to be kind of in that like near firm but not quite firm area, and I think you'd enjoy it personally. Not a fan when chat turns into a hate train, foam hate. Even though I don't like it, it's just the same. See you, take care. See you, ammo. Guys, don't hate foam. I told you guys, we're taking this, we're opening it up. Right? So if anyone, actually, you know what? If anyone's gonna do that today, we're not here to like shit on things today, like this, not ever. But we're just literally being open-minded today. So hopefully everyone else is open-minded. I don't want to see any like stupid ass jokes. Alex, where's the hydrate? I'm doing it. I have a life-size Alex foam replica. Damn. Is the badge customizable? I didn't see any other badges, but by the way, Alex, are you going to take a look at the Neo 65 or have you already looked at it? That'll be the 25th. The 25th shall be it. But yeah, I'm interested to see this stuff, because I've only seen this on a few other keyboards, the IPXE or whatever it's called, so I'll try it out today. All right. It also comes with this guy here, but I guess now we have to start doing the stabs. I didn't have any 1.2 mil stabs left over, so I'll just do these. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I got the polypropylene plate with the Zaku's. I'm so excited, and I hope I don't screw up this thing so pricey. Nah, you'll be good. Honestly, the Suse is pretty easy to build. You should be totally fine. I wouldn't even be able to smack talk. I don't know Jack. Yeah, I mean, again, we're just being open-minded is a big thing. And I know, like, dude, I know this. The keyboard hobby as a whole loves to like sit and just like shit on things, which I've been like very adamant lately about speaking out against. Like, I'm just so tired of it. Like, we can all have our opinions of what we like and don't like. For example, everyone knows I don't quite care for like flex cuts, for example. But I don't know. When it devolves into like pointless conversations, like, oh fuck, we have this again, like I fucking hate this. Like, why did it's, you know, I get it, but at the same time, it's, let's be open-minded today, you know. Come and drop the prime. Hey, thank you, Swam. I appreciate it. Swiss cheese PCBs anymore? I don't miss those. I don't miss the PCBs with like bajillions of options where it was kind of tough to build. Those I don't miss. I'm glad people don't do those anymore. I feel like that was just a poo-poo building experience to begin with. Now, how many stabs do I need for this? Because this is a weird layout. The Cupid65 uses two 2.25U shifts. So nice. Which is weird for a 65. Which could also deter you from purchasing this, assuming you don't have the right kitting for it. Just as a little FYI to everyone who might be interested into this. Do you see that in other streamers' chats or Reddit, TikTok? I feel like I'm dodging this negativity when browsing keyboard content. I think that's a better question for everyone else. Like, do you guys see like super, I don't want to say like hot take opinions and maybe more like elitist attitude and like very unwelcoming attitude and like other things. I don't know. Did we review the new Switch design yet? I haven't opened it up or anything, but I did make a comment on the Switch has a new mold for the Leaf, which I'm kind of cool. Kind of neat to see that someone made a change for that. Have you tried Roselle switches? I am not sure what those are. I don't follow a ton of content creators, but I see a lot of people with inflexible opinions in other Discord servers. Yeah, there are people like that, though. I mean, there's so many weird opinions with things, and like, I don't know. It just leads to like misinformation on a lot of things too, you know? Like, for example, there was a thread on Reddit one time where someone said that vendors make millions of dollars per month. And it's just like, you know, shit like that, like just because like you assume something also just doesn't really add up, and it's like you just spread misinformation. But yeah, I do see like inflexible opinions and just like random things that people make up. So it happens pretty much everywhere in every hobby, so you just gotta learn to tune it out. Yeah, exactly. Whenever browsing anything for keep content, there's always a ton of hate on everything. It keep me not wanting to make keep content and how much people backlash. I mean, Sleepy, you know what's funny? I will tell you guys a story. I will tell you guys a quick little story. One time, I made a comment on Twitter about how I personally think that people were being a little bit too mean to each other with their preferences. And I said my age-old saying of, you know, for a hobby that constantly says it's all about preference, we sure as hell like to judge everybody very quickly about what they like and dislike, right? And I made a comment about that, and then I also said, here are some things I really love about the hobby. But, you know, that one thing I would like to see people change. There were other people annoyed that I brought that up. And then proceeded to essentially, I'm just gonna say like make fun of me, but like you know, just like they were annoyed that people brought that up. You think if they're annoyed, they might be part of the problem. You know, it's very weird. So it's so weird that people aren't accepting that there is a problem with gatekeeping in most hobbies. But I will say this though, to maybe help some people's mental out. The best thing you could do is just tune it out. Like, I do my best of even trying to regulate what's in our Discord and stuff. I can't stop everyone's opinion. Like, and I'm not going to, like, shut someone down for having a different opinion ever. And I like being corrected. If I'm wrong about things, I love being corrected because that means I get an opportunity to learn about something. But unfortunately, you can choose to shut it out. You can choose to, like, leave. You can choose to, like, talk to that person. But some people have already made up their minds, and that's just who they are. Human nature is very weird. Confirming / fulfilling your tweet? Yeah, exactly. They were gatekeeping? Exactly. They were just gatekeeping everything. My least favorite thing is when people say, I'm just straightforward, so people think I'm an asshole. It's like, no, bro, you're just being negative. Yeah, that's actually a big pet peeve of mine. It's when people hide their attitudes behind, I'm just being straightforward, or I'm just being super blunt. It's like, okay, but you could still be nice.
Wow.
Confused. Thank you so much for the prime. Thank you, dude. But what around people who those foldable plastic keyboards? I draw the line with them. Just kidding. I have one. I need Grammarly. It's okay. Honestly, sir, Mr. Positivity, I get it. Everyone is allowed to have an opinion except if you like clicky switches. No, you can like clickies. One of my first boards was clickies, and it's still one of like I think it's the only board that I still have assembled from my original like collection and coming into the hobby, because I love the Jade clicky switches. But yeah, then you get also that side of like the keyboard hobby too, right? You get like the, hey, let's not be hateful. And then you get the bullshit. It's like, am I not allowed to have an opinion? When they're like literally making fun of people and stuff. And it's just like, dude, you are, but like your opinion doesn't need to be forced on everyone, you know? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of like weird sides to things. That's just Reddit vibes. Yeah. When I grab the mute, I'm trying to grab the mute jades. I love the tactility of clickies. They're making like silent jades? I didn't know that. I actually just bought clicky switches, no shame. If you guys actually want a good clicky switch, jades are still my favorite out of all of them. But I also, and not a plug, just because I work for them, I actually did enjoy the new Novel Keys clicky switches because they're a linear clicky, which sounds weird, I know, but it's cool. Yeah, jades are still my favorite, man. Cream clickies, yeah. Yeah, not too many people know about them because, I don't know, they're clickies and people don't really, like, look into them. Definitely give them a try, though. Like, hold on, let me just get you guys a link. Yeah, you don't have, I mean, obviously you don't buy them. No one's forcing you to, but cream clicky. God damn. Oh, that's not how you do it. All right. There we go. Now it's working. I live in a house where my husband uses box jades right next to me, and sometimes it drives me insane. I mean, like, there's that whole respect thing with, you know, with all that stuff too. But like, don't buy clicky switches if you work in an office, or don't buy clicky switches if someone is sensitive to sound in your space. But Mike from NK is literally holding me hostage to buy cream clickies right now. What you mean, not forced to buy? Yeah, no one's holding me hostage. I can assure you. Hey Alex, can I ask where you get your desk from? I got this from IKEA. It is the Ekbakken. It's like a tabletop cement style one. It was $99. Just $99. My wife also loves clicky, but she chose to use silent tactiles. I tried a silent board at the meetup, and it was insanely quiet. Probably even the stabs felt like they just weren't there. Actually, I'm not even trying to even check to see if they had stabs or not, but it was crazy. I don't remember what. They were the Cosfox silence. I have them. I just didn't ever use them. Oh, my stomach's growling. But it was nice. Even on the way home of the meetup, there was like a nice sunset happening in Toronto. So that was nice. It was a good weekend, man. I had a good time. Met Angel for the first time. Crazy. Alex, have you tried stainless steel plates before? I have. I've also tried titanium, and I do not like them. Again, personal preference. Way too resonant, way too stiff. I purchased ever one titanium plate, and it was the last titanium plate I ever. I mean, there's a reason why people don't really make them these days. Nobody really bought them. I think it was like a novelty thing to have. You know, the word titanium sounds cool, but I'm a little disappointed with the Hamu Silent Tactiles. They're really mushy. Which ones are those called, Seabass? The Hamu Silent Tactiles. Like, was there a name to them? I'm curious. Yeah, steel plates, then they're tough. I don't know. I don't think I would ever go back to. I mean, even brass right now is just not something I'm interested in for plates. I don't personally like it. I was a little jaded on the. Not jaded per se, but like I was indecisive to see if I really liked the copper plate from Mode. And I think I liked it at first for like a little bit, and then I ended up not liking it at all. It's just not my thing. Interesting. I just built a board with Hamu Whispers, and they felt really strong. Hamu Silents are usually pretty good. Like I have the heartbeats, and I really like them. I have the photos. I just haven't edited them yet. I didn't take photos of many of the keyboards. I was mainly taking photos of like just the crowds of people, and then like the panels that were happening. I've been trying to do this thing where I go to meetups without boards, just so I can enjoy the atmosphere and talking to people, because that's what I like to do. If you think Hamu Silents are too mushy, that sounds odd. They're the first sound I've ever used. What's up, Extra? Dude, it was nice seeing you, man. Oh, the firmest. Makes sense. I never see people use steel these days. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't even remember the last time someone ran a titanium plate. Have you guys seen that in group buys at all? I haven't, and I think we cover a fair share of boards here. It was great meeting you too. Hell yeah, dude. I don't try silent tactiles. My expectations were maybe a bit too high. Yeah, I mean, like maybe steel plate with silence could be cool. I just never tried it. Someone told me that the Wuche silent linears were pretty good. I don't remember who told me, but someone said they were actually pretty good. I would need to try them myself though. I think Sharu offered a steel titanium. A couple of the scam GBs. What's going on with that, by the way? Been seeing a lot of vendors disappear recently. A lot of people are very hesitant about the GB model. I get it, but I don't know. I think the group buy model has like part of the problem, but I think the biggest problem is people with no experience and bad intentions. Mainly the lack of experience trying to do things. So like and I think this is probably gonna turn into something else, but like the big thing, man, is not everyone can do everything. There are certain things I can't do, you know? So like the fact that every vendor thinks, well, a lot of vendors think that they can be a vendor is like not a thing either, right? Yeah, a lot of people did try to grow really fast during the pandemic. And now we're seeing all the essentially nuclear fallout of all of that, but Rama screwed me. What did Rama do to screw you? I just don't buy from Rama anymore. I'm just so sick of them. I used to be very hesitant joining GBs, but now I feel comfortable with a few select vendors. Yeah, there are select vendors and select people that I would say are very reliable and transparent with things. There's a lot of I don't know. You can see a lot of like the vendors currently trying really, really hard. I feel good about Kibu. Kibu's been awesome so far. Like I have no issues with Kibu. my favorite places to shop. Listen, I'm gonna say this outside of like any affiliations, anything like. This is just me to you, okay? So please don't think it's some like sell message, because I don't know, that's a whole other fucking topic with people thinking that everything's a shill. But like the places I feel most comfortable to buy in Canada, first and foremost, I've been pretty good with Ashkeebs. I like Ashkeebs. Mechland has been great. Apex has been good. I've ordered a few times from Shockport, and I do try to order everything, you know, under my name, and a lot of people don't know my like full name and stuff, but like I try my best. Desk Hero's been pretty good too. Desk Hero's been around for a long time though, like even prior to keyboards. They've been doing business stuff for a long, long time. They were a cable company before for headphones, I believe. I believe they were called Hivemind cables. Oh, my stomach. Do you guys hear this? My stomach growling? I'm not hungry, it's just digesting. But in the States, if I have to order from people in the States, I've been liking Dang Keebs. They've been pretty good. Novel Keys has been always great. You know, I have a personal relationship with Reagan. I'm going to say Reagan, but just know that, like, you know, I think me and Reagan go back, like, as friends. So, I trust the guy. Divinity Key seems like they've been pretty good. You know, but I know some people don't like the way they run some stuff, but, like, I haven't really had, like, gigantic issues dealing with Keebs for all. Like, they're not terrible. I would still be a little bit cautious with their transparency and, like, communication in some cases, but they haven't been awful. Mekibu is really good, yeah. Kinetic Labs is still really good too, yeah. Like those, I shop at Kinetic Labs, like I shop at all these places, so these are places that I personally purchase from. I would say the number one thing that, like the number one place that I shop from, just because it's local, it'd be either Ashkeebs or Mechland. Those are like the top two that I shop from. Practically all of my lube that I get these days is Mechland. Like, I straight order from them. And then they'll always message me like, dude, you should have told me. I just do it. I can't stand Kid. Yeah, some people can't. That's why I said it might be divisive for some people, but let's go. I made the stream. What's up, Alef? How you doing? But yeah, that's kind of my list. I have exactly what I told you guys, I think, listed on my vendor list too. Click-Clack's been good. I haven't had problems with Click-Clack. A lot of people said they really like their service. I know Click-Clack does vendor for Percent Studios. So if you wanted to say anything about Click-Clack, I would say that, like, perhaps be hesitant about the Percent stuff. Some people think that Percent, I mean, like, I've been mixed with Percent Studios. They always, for some reason, have PCB issues. Always. Mino Keys seems pretty cool, too. Yeah. Again, I don't really have a lot of shopping experience from Mino Keys, though. Kono, I wouldn't really trust all that well, so... Canon Keys, I haven't had any big issues from, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have not purchased a lot from Canon Keys. Yeah, Percent just... Every time I think I want to believe that Percent Studios is going to learn from their mistakes with PCBs, they fucking don't. And it's so annoying. Kono is fine, just silly expensive. I have not ever purchased anything from Kono. Also Stupid Bullets. I gotta shout out Stupid Bullets too. I ordered a few things from him. He's a great gentleman. Like, he's fucking awesome. Does Kono still ship GMK base kits through bubble mailers? I have no idea. Their customer service is weird. People shit on their customer service. They have all the rights to. It's awful. they're not good at dealing with the West for like Western people for like customer service. They've straight admitted it to other vendors that like they're not good at it. Is this 7U? Can we do 7U for this? Oh, it's only 6.25. I'm not thrilled about this PCB for the Cupid. I would like to see more options for this. Kind of bummed they didn't give us a solderable version. Don't get me wrong, I have no quarrels with hot swap, but I do kind of appreciate when I can get a solderable PCB and have a little bit more options. Because are they even worse? I've heard the opposite, so I'm not sure. Again, I don't live there, so I've definitely heard the opposite though. Mode support is awesome. I was worried my Envoy wouldn't come in time because I was gonna be out of town. They shipped it out the next day. Mode's always been good. Like I love Mode. I'm gonna tell you guys a little story quick, okay? Mode started off as someone I was very Mode. I was so hesitant at the beginning because I don't know, man. The original Mode 80 just felt off to me. Like I think a lot of us all felt it was like off, but they listened to a lot of the criticism and then they just like evolved out of that, and it was great. It was nice to see. They're notorious for kicking people out of their... Oh, really? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. Like, I have not dealt with any of the Discords for Percent Studios, so... I feel like Parallel has terrible customer service and support time. I have not heard much from them in a while. They did really good at the beginning, and now they're... I don't know. I don't know if they're falling off or, like, what's going on, but beats me. Mode pretty much felt like a cash grab at first. Really delighted with how everything turned out. Me too. Also, I didn't thank Sleepy for the 45 bits. Thank you, Sleepy. And thank you everyone for the follows and subs today, guys. Confused, thank you as well. I appreciate everyone. Britt, thank you as well for your Prime. Thank you guys so much. So I'm getting carried away with story time. Let's get some Dielectric Gris. But QK customer service was damn speedy. I'm hoping that like QK is good for stuff. Again, I'm not gonna like shit on QK's customer service at all when it comes to like their actual company and not their Discord. But I do always feel like a Discord server is a reflection, like the moderators there are a reflection of.
Wow, it feels like I could spend an eternity with Alex. Wow.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you for being here, man. Whatever happened to the sad stories? Whenever I do I'm going to tell you guys a story here. We'll go to sad cam just to tell. Listen, just imagine the sad music, okay? Whenever I was doing sad music, it would get flagged on both Twitch and YouTube as me trying to steal music. So I just stopped doing it, man. Same one. Yeah, it was the same. So I stopped doing it, man. It was bad. So thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that, Colorkin. So look at this absolute cutie. Wait. I promised you would be on the desk.
Look
it's
at
right
this
there.
Absolute cutie.
Sad trumpet, pretty much. I haven't really had any sad postal stories though. Everything's been really clean with this new post office, so I'll tell you guys what happened on the airplane though. Basically what happened. Okay, this is a great story. I'll tell you this while we lube these. It is a very nice puller. Waiting for the plane to come back to Toronto. Vay, thank you so much for the 100 bits, dude.
Wow, such sad, such cute.
Thank you, dude. Waiting for the plane to come back, or to go back, and they start collecting people's carry-ons to put it on the bottom of the plane, because it's a small plane from Pittsburgh to Toronto. And everyone's just complying. They're giving, their things to the airport. And there was one guy, he was like in super business mode. He had his Bluetooth headset on. He had his phone up to his other ear, which seemed a little bit stupid to me. And then he also had his laptop out, and he had this his carry-on. And they went up to him, and, he's like tapping things and, just being a businessman. And he's just like, they're like, hey, we have to bring him. And he's like, no, you don't. It can fit on the plane. And they're like, no, there's no room on the plane. And then He's like, no, it can fit on the plane. Oh, this doesn't work anymore. Okay, whatever. He's like, it'll fit on the plane. Trust me. And they're like, no, please. Like, we gotta, like, we don't want to hold people up. And he's like, really? Really? I have to do that? And then at that point there, I'm just like, okay, why is this guy getting all upset? Because it always like freaks me out when I'm not too, seasoned when it comes to traveling. So I get a little freaked out when people start getting all upset and stuff. But yeah, then he had his laptop like this. Like I don't have my laptop, but he had his laptop like this. He was holding it like this on one hand, and he had his bag wrapped around his carry-on. He had like a laptop bag, and he was trying to take it off. And the lady's like, "Let me help you." And he's like, "No, I can do it myself." And then he ends up dropping his laptop, and then he's just like all flustered and shit. He ends up giving the carry-on to them, and he's like all flustered, like cursing and swearing to himself. Okay, here's the best part now. He sat at the front of the plane because he's one of those, like, I don't know, he needed to be at the front. And he was rushing. The plane, like, after we landed, the plane wasn't even, like, fully done moving. He ripped off his seatbelt. He, like, grabbed his, like, little thing, rushed off the plane. And I get off. I was, like, near the back, get off the plane last. And I'm starting to walk down this, like, aisle, trying to get into the arrivals area. And I just see him coming back to the plane. What's going on, Karan? How you doing, man? I see him walking the opposite way of me, cursing and swearing about how he was such in a rush, he forgot to grab his carry-on from the plane. And I'm just like, dude, like I felt like saying, like, breathe, bro. It's going to be okay. Just, like, take a breath. But yeah, just crazy how, like, kind of karma, too. Honestly, a little bit of, like, instant karma for being a dick before to the lady. Like, he was, like, cursing and swearing. But, like, just breathe, man. Instant karma. It's just like, man, there's no need. Oh, the electric. Bye, Seabass. Take care, dude. It ain't that serious. Dude, it is. It's not that serious at all. Or isn't, rather. I don't think it's supposed to be a funny story, but, like, just, like, relax. Some people get stressed out easily, to be honest. I'm like that. I also get stressed out, but, like, when I don't understand something, I just tend to politely ask questions out in public. But, like, what they were saying, it's not like it didn't make sense. I was wondering the first thing too, but, like, your karma for being awesome is you have to have coffee from oh my god, delivered on Thursday. Actually, thank you so much, man. Alpha, I'm like super grateful for you, bro. People observing can sometimes be interesting. Do you guys do that? I do that all the time, by the way. I love people observing. I like seeing what's, like, going on. Like, not that I'm trying to be nosy. I just like to see, like, people, like, sometimes you're not. I have nothing going on in my life, so I'm just like, let's view other people. Flight wise, this year was perfect. Other than that one, like, guy who was like, and again, didn't really bother me. That wasn't my problem, but, like, perfect flights. But the McDonald's in the airport was fucking shit, and I don't mean taste wise. I have never seen a rude customer experience like that ever in my life. But I guess the person working there was just not like in a good day or something. But every time, like, the receipt printed out, she would take it and then just, like, not scrumple it. She would just grab it and then throw it. Just throw it at the customer. And she wasn't saying, she was just like, how can I help you? The person would say, like, this. She'd punch it in, wait for it to print, not say a word, throw it, go do her thing, come back, how can I help? It felt weird to me, man. You say you don't use Permatex lube for stabs, right? Because almost out of BDZ. Oh yeah, I use Loctite. I don't use Permatex. You could try Permatex. Some people say they've had opposite things of mine. It's all personal, I guess, findings there. But out of the 2 bottles I've used a Permatex, one was a small bottle that was new and one was one that was old. Both of them did not perform well. Yeah, here's your paper. Smack. Should come to France. McDonald's out there is amazing. Was it Burger King? I don't remember what country. They made that the real cheeseburger where it was just like 20 slices of cheese. Why? Like I don't even understand that. That was Thailand? Was there a demand for that there? I mean, it's just processed cheese. For the memes? I guess. It wouldn't really take anything. You're just adding cheese to buns. Thailand cheese must be different. Is it really good or something? But I was watching some people try it. They said it tasted just like cheese and bread. I don't know. So interesting. Thanks, just curious. Oh, no worries, man. I'm always up to questions if you guys ever have any. All right, we're almost done the stabs here. Sorry for going into details about stories. If I ate that, I don't think I would be on the toilet immediately, dude. Internet went out for a second. I hate when that happens. How'd you get so handsome? Cancerous? Dude, that's it's all you, bro. You're the handsome one. You're just looking in a mirror right now and you think it's my stream. They might be too plain for me. I don't know. It's definitely like interesting to think about, right? Definitely interesting. Alrighty. Bro, went to the NK meetup and came back even more handsome. Dude, it was fun, man. It was a good time. Like I said, if you guys have not gone to a meetup yet and you guys have been like curious about them, check your local Discords. So much fun, dude. Nice beard, everything hits different. Okay, you guys are just being too kind right now. I appreciate it, but too kind. Let's see if I even need to use those standoff things or those shims. Maybe I can get away with just using a washer. You can't fool us. What's your model name? My model name is Avo_. You might have heard of him. Stabs done only after 1 hour. I got to make time to make food before the end. Dude, this is pretty good timing for me, I think. I don't know. I like the stories. Stories are fun. What is your OnlyFans account? Teja Pipes. That's what it should be. I'm waiting for that collab with him, man. Any Denver CO people in chat? We're having a meetup this Sunday. That sounds really cool. What the hell? KFM breakfast? Wait, KFM breakfast, lunch, and dinner? What's KFM? Teja Pipes? Has he posted any new content on his OF yet? Just missed my local meetup. Oh, dude, honestly, I don't care much for... I don't care much for breakfasts. Like, maybe on the weekend, sure. But on a normal day, I usually just drink some coffee. 90% of the time I don't eat. I just wait for lunch. I kind of like just fast until lunch. Sometimes I don't even drink the coffee until lunch. Then, yeah, we did go to Cracker Barrel. Then I would say, yeah, so breakfast, eliminate it. Oh, fuck, what's better? I think I would have to marry dinner. Because I can sometimes go without eating a lunch and just wait for dinner. And then, yeah, lunch would have to be the one that you just like hop in bed with once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like lunch is not the hugely important one. It's just like, it's there, you know, you love it. What is your favorite meal of the day, guys? Wait, hey, better question. I'm gonna ask you guys this, and I want an open mind. All right, better question. Do you guys prefer? Oh wait, no, not prefer. Do you guys like eggs and bacon and like breakfast? you know, what American style breakfast for dinner. Does that sound nice to you? There are so many people I meet nowadays that say it does not sound nice. Right? Thank you. Okay, everyone here agrees with me? Oh, hell yes. I don't like eggs. That's totally fair. Occasionally. Breakfast for dinner is an occasional gold. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys answering like this. Wait. Do we want to put that sheet? Do I have to put that first? I don't know if I have to put this first or not. What's this sticky thing? What's this tape for? There's no holes for this though. I'm confused what this is for. Oh no, there is holes for this. Should I use this? I don't think this is like a tape. Is this a tape mod? I don't think so. This does not look like traditional tape mod. I don't think this is tape mod. Oh, this is not even sticky. I don't know what this is. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly double check some of the build notes because I would actually be curious to see what that is. Cupid. Did they give me some build notes? I thought they did. They did not. Here are the PCB instructions. That's really it. It could be for the bottom. Other than that, you know, I'm just going to leave this to the side, but I'm curious about this one. I think we'll use this for today. Yeah, okay, we do need to unscrew this. He puts it on the PCB. Should we try it? Do you guys want me to try that plastic wrap? Check the video. I watched some of these videos around 3 minutes, but I don't know what it is still. He did put it on. Huh. I don't know what it is. It's like a plastic mod of some sort. PE and IXPE. So this would be the PE one. This would be considered PE. I assumed, and this is IXPE. Let's do this one here. We haven't actually done this in a while, so I think this will be kind of refreshing to do. All right. I am up for this today. Yeah, my preference is not flex cuts, but I know some people really like them, so I'm going to keep an open mind, like I said. That's a pretty purple? I think so, too. Very pretty purple. Remember, let's not be hateful towards other people's preferences. Would still love, though, from like a critical objective point, a little bit more options for this. If that's not feasible, then I understand, but definitely wouldn't mind some more options. Oh. First. Don't yuck someone's yum. Exactly. Is there some sort of collective gallery where I could search what Dracula? Whoa, that's a good idea. Man, that would take me forever to organize, though. I would say, like, I could go... Why isn't the screen in? No, it's not even aligned. Hold on. I actually really like that idea. Because I have enough photos of keyboards that I could technically create a gallery like that. How would I do that? It's been a while since I've done some web developing stuff, but I could possibly do something like that. There's a website with all the GMK sets, but does it show like what it looks like on different boards? Might look on a beige. Isn't there also a website where you can like play around with different keycap sets? Or some sort of like game that someone made for that too, I believe. That might already exist. You can try to match the colors of the keycap designer. Interesting. Wait, that tapey thing goes on the front of the PCB? This goes on this side, yeah. This goes here. The tapey thing is actually not even sticky, believe it or not. But yeah, the tapey thing we didn't use, that clear plastic. I'm in the same boat with my Navy QK80. I'm thinking of GMK Bento R2, but I don't know. Bento and Navy does, okay, I will say this from experience, Bento and Navy does look good. I am not Bento's biggest fan though.
Hope you are having a good night.
Dude, thank you so
Here
much,
for
Jason.
some chill keep content.
Hey, we're just hanging out having a good time right now talking about some keycap sets. Love you, bro. But yeah, Bento's okay. I think if you are already into Bento, not really. Actually, yeah, silver, white, and navy are the colors that I feel like work with it the best. Believe it or not, I don't think navy and darker like grays or even black look very good. So, oh shit, oh no, here are the two screws. Polycarbonate too. Polycarbonate works with just about everything. Posture check got you guys. But how are you guys doing today though? Is everyone having a good one? I know some people start school this week or next week or something. That's pretty crazy to think about. Late for stream. Ooh, the board looks so classy. It's definitely pretty cool. Also, I just want to, little side note while I still remember. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning into my streams and even just listening to me. I'm very, very grateful. I'm trying to like, I was telling my girlfriend today, trying to like remember to be grateful about everything that we have going on, you know? So I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm not trying to be sappy, I'm not trying to, just, everyone's aware. My stream deck not working. Oh, I know why. I'm telling you guys, hold on, I need to pause. All right, I'm telling you guys that I really do appreciate, and I am very grateful that you guys are here, just even hanging out and just being part of this awesome place. So thank you guys very much. It means a lot to me. I hope everyone's still having a good time doing keyboard stuff. Very, very grateful. Like, counting my blessings that I'm even able to talk to you guys here and do things like that. So you make it awesome. You guys make it more awesome though. It's the truth. No one can argue with me on that. Everyone here makes it more awesome. I'm gonna take some like little cute photos of a keyboard with this little book later. All right, this is done. Stabs all actuate up and down. I'm not going to use any plate foam. Let's grab the plate. Best chill vibes right here. Oh my god. Chappie, Jeff said no you. You make it awesome. You guys make it more. I just finished my summer finals last week and I have nothing to do for 2 weeks, so waiting for a full semester. You gonna play some video games? I'm probably gonna be playing Baldur's Gate tonight. But are you gonna be playing some video games? Okay. I'm a little worried that I might have to put the foam in here because I'm not sure how I'm gonna, I don't know, is the plate fork gonna work for this? Can I just like start in the middle here? We'll see. All right, we'll see. Baldur's Gate lit. So I'm not actually sure what the board's based off of. I think it's based off of a song of some sort. Like they had a quote for a lyric of some sort in the thingy, but I tried to do a little bit of research prior to starting the stream today, but I couldn't really figure out what it's like truly based off of. I don't know if this is just based off of literally Cupid because they have Cupid with his arrow right here in this little badge. or if this is based off something else. It was, oh man, I think it's on the Reddit I see. I don't know if it's a quote from a song. It's just a quote of some sort. Another thing that I think is a little bit of a poor design with this, well, not another. What I think is an interesting, weird, interesting design choice is they did perky LEDs, but then they give you a lot of foam. And I feel like the perky LEDs don't matter if you use all the foam. You know, like if I ended up using the mid-plate foam, does that have spaces for the LEDs? Oh yeah, it does. But if I use like any other foam, like I'm not sure if this allows it to go through. Actually, that's probably why they ended up using the white. Actually, never mind. That's probably why they're using the white IPXE or whatever it's called. Maybe they thought that through. All-time favorite genre of music. What is Linkin Park considered? Is that just considered rock and like just rock or pop punk or something like alt rock, new metal? Linkin Park is my all-time favorite band, so I would say that Linkin Park is literally my type of music. I also listen to a crap ton of Queen. But I'm interested in everything. You know what I've been listening to lately? No shame, I've been listening to some country music. I don't know why, I've just been really enjoying it. Just got my GMK November Fog and I don't know what to do with it. Put on a keyboard. Find the cutest keyboard you have and stick that set on it. I think that would look good on something with like a beige. Shanties is better than country music? I don't even know what that is. A little bit of both. I don't. I just whatever I put on the country station. I don't really look for certain artists or anything like that. I've just been enjoying everything. Not gonna lie, GMK Lychee is amazing. Can you link me that one there, Yoshi? Olive Blanc or Noir? Oof, I don't want to make the decision for you. They're both good. Olive's a set that I've always liked. I didn't get in on Releginables only because I have so many Releginables from other sets here in the house that I do not use. I don't think there's a solderable option. I was looking through the notes and I could not find anything about having a solderable version, which is a shame because I would have liked to maybe use a different bottom row layout, but I don't know why that's a thing that I'm finding is less and less frequent in keyboards, like why we're kind of phasing off the option of having a solderable one. What's the point of releginables? You can relegend them to whatever you want. A sea shanty is? Oh, you stopped that? Are you talking about like a sailor's song? Trying to pick up a key from Reddit Mech Market, having to get Karma to post PMs because I don't use Reddit. Reddit. I don't use Reddit at all anymore. I'm so over using Reddit. I think it's because many new people in the hobby prefer hot swap, and now they're beginning to start spinning. Oh yeah, true. But me personally, I still like the option of having one. Ah. Oops. Maybe it's just me. You know what's really interesting about this film or whatever? So this is how the bottom of the Switch looks, right? It's red. It's not quite piercing through the film, but kind of stretching over it. Interesting. Do you guys see how like it's the bottom is stretched over it? Very interesting. I wonder how that'll affect everything. Because normally I think what the PE film has that cutout, right? My soldering iron broke because I bought a cheap one. Oh, yeah. Sometimes they die, those things, those cheapy irons. My TS100 has always been a little bit awkward. people are starting to not see the point of keeping solderable versions when hot swap's an option. From what I understand though, from like a business side of things, a lot of vendors have told me that the solderable versions don't sell well. But I think there's a lot of benefit to having a solderable. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Shroud playing Baldur's Gate, huh? Oh shit, that means it's a really good game then. If Shroud's playing it? Partner reckon I ain't been, oh, okay. Okay, Soren. Alright, I'll play it tonight. People are, explain why I think solderable's still good? Okay. From a purely like objective standpoint, you can technically get more options from your solderable PCB. There are still some PCBs that offer a good amount of options, but you can technically get more from a solderable PCB. Now, from a purely, I would say, thank you for the follows, by the way. From a purely maybe psychological standpoint, I do find that when you take the time to solder the PCB on top of assemble your board, it does feel almost a little bit more complete. And that might be a personal thing. Maybe it isn't for you. But for me, whenever I do a solderable board, I feel like a little bit more, this is it. Like, I have built this. I'm off to play some Baldur's Gate now. Convince my friends to give it a try. Oh, have fun. Enjoy it. It's ritualistic almost of soldering too. It's weird because I'll compare this to like automatic focusing of a camera, right? I like my Fuji cameras, they're automatic focus, but there's just something more intentional about manually focusing and slowing down, you know. Even in the case of a keyboard, like soldering a keyboard, there's something that just feels more intentional about it, right? Leech. Oh, let's see this. Should I pick up this set? Wait, this is a nice set. There's base kits left. Maybe I'll pick one up. I think there's like 2 sets from Desk Hero that I wouldn't mind buying. Do you have a manual camera? I do. I have a camera that I use everything manual because it has no automatic features. And I love it. So here's a question then. Since this board doesn't have a lot of options, if you were someone who loves the board, like you were in love with this design, out of curiosity, would you sacrifice not having things like the option for a 7U or the option for a stepped caps lock? Like, would you be willing to sacrifice that if you love the way the board sounds and looks? Okay, I'm genuinely curious. Okay, so that's cool. That's good to know. No cis skulking, probably yes. No. I need 7U. Layout is a deal breaker. Yeah, because it does kind of affect like what you're used to, right? I just compromise it and send it to you, Alex. Tiger. I need 7U. Wait, Tiger, what did we compromise and send to me? I need 7U and I need to split backspace. I don't need 7U or step caps. Join me, become layout agnostic. I mean, it's good to know though. It's interesting to see people's decisions there. Kibu Harbor. Oh yeah, true. When are we doing that soon, I think, right? Let me see when I have that on my schedule. Hold on, Tiger. I have it on... Oh, we're doing it Sunday, September 3rd. I don't know if I emailed you back about that. Sunday, September 3rd. So you get a Sunday stream. I mean, it's nice in the afternoon. Honestly, it's just the designer's fault for not having options. It's always kind of curious about that. Sweet. Don't mind the learning curve. 7U, space, or we riot. Interesting. Would it be a deal breaker to me though? Man, it wouldn't. It wouldn't be a deal breaker, but I think okay. it wouldn't be a deal breaker to me if I was forced to use a layout that I don't necessarily love in a keyboard that I think sounds and feels good. But I think I would hold some resentment towards it, if you know what I mean. Like, there would be that part of me being like, all right, when can I find this exact same feel and sound, maybe not look, in a different board that can give me these options? So there would be some level of like, I am not done with this yet. If I'd want to sell some keyboard parts, where would be the best? Oh, Mech Market. Mech Market for sure. Would it be a deal breaker if Alex never wore orange shorts again? Would it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. The forever search for endgame. Oh yeah. Forever and ever. I legit have to start learning how to solder since the only thing that held me back from purchasing the Freya 65. That was nice. The Freya's cool. I saw one at the meetup. Well, Angel was there too, the designer. But other than his, someone brought one. It was so cool to see. So neat. Let's move some stuff off to the side here. I move everything. Let's throw this away. Let's move out this all off to the side. One of the things I love about the Pluto is it has so many options for the layout. Yeah, that's what I like about it too. Pluto's nice. Man, that was actually okay. I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. That whole Pluto versus what the cycle thing, dude. I was getting like stressed out, like not super stressed, but it was starting to bother me about some of the really polarizing like, don't buy this, it's stupid takes that people were having on like the Pluto versus the whole cycle thing. I thought both the keyboards were different, and it was just so like unnecessary for all that. Like, some people were being really mean. That's all I'm gonna say. Some people were legitimately being like super rude about the whole Pluto versus cycle 7 FRL TKL. Yeah, that too. The Pluto is in stock. To each their own. People have their own taste. Chill. Exactly. And whenever I would give that answer of being like, hey, I don't mind both. Like, I think they're both different. People would be like, no, it's clearly better. The cycle has more. And I'm just like, okay, well, that's not what you asked. If you've already made your decision, why are you asking me for validating your decision? I think some are holding back opinions because the vendors, designers, their friend. That might be the truth. But okay, can I actually weigh in on this on like a real note? So, for example, today's keyboard, right? Let's just pick, I don't know, what was a keyboard that I found annoying? So nice.
Wow, it's been a minute.
Thank you, Lance. Appreciate you, dude. I don't know. When I was very, not critical, but people perceived me as super critical, was the QK80. Yeah, Slipper just said it. Even the Iron, people perceive me as super critical about those. There was a million other people who said really good things and had nothing bad to say about either one of those boards, right? And I think there's a level of like personal bias when it comes to preferences and like what I expect from things too. Like, there might be a little bit of my frustration being held into place and then coming forward with the QK80 because we were so used to seeing flex cut PCBs and I just wasn't seeing any variety and I was just getting a little bit bored, you know? So that's my own personal bias, which I've like mentioned a billion times, saying me personally, you know? When it comes to even today's keyboard, I could criticize what I don't like personally being these things, right? But I guarantee you there are going to be people who appreciate those things. So it becomes a little bit tough to be super critical and honest. Not honest, but super critical and appear to be more honest because you're being super critical. Does that make sense? I think there's a lot of people in the hobby who associate a negative opinion or like a harsher criticism with honesty. And that's what I've always noticed about keyboard content, especially keyboard content, is when I'm super mean, people are like, yeah, Alex is being super honest. But then when I'm like really honest about something that I think is like, okay, like this is not bad, like people are just like, well, that's a shill. Like they're only being nice. So you kind of get both sides of the fence, and it's kind of shitty sometimes because it just like, do I have to be super critical for people, or like mean in a way too, for people to like listen to my opinion and trust me? Because I don't know. I was saying flex cuts every stream at one point, and then I was getting people saying they had enough of me talking about that and they get it, you know? So there's no winning, I feel. The best that I can do personally is just show you guys how I enjoy something. My experience with a keyboard, I think, is the best sort of review. And then you make a decision from there, right? The last thing I would want to do is, and I'm not saying what those people do it's bad at all. I don't think it's bad. I don't want to become someone who's like super negative to appear honest, you know? I just want to show you guys my thoughts, my experience, and I think a lot of other streamers are like that too. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to like say that you had a bad thing at all, but that's just how I feel about this whole thing. All right, I dropped a screw. It's okay, it wasn't for this board. We appreciate that you are straightforward with your thoughts. I've always been honest with everything. Like if I make a mistake, I'm honest. If I tell you guys like I messed up on something, I just tell you guys I messed up on something. If I feel like something's not good, I'll tell you guys. If it frustrates me, you guys can literally see it live, like live happening that I'm frustrated, you know? All right, enough dilly-dallying. Let's pick up the next thing here. So, what else we got in this little baggie full of stuff? We got screws, and then we got these. Oh, feet, I'll do last. So I need to unscrew the board. Interesting. And then we got all these. These I don't know how they work, but we'll get there, I guess. They do. I was considering using the set today, but I don't know if I want to. I think I might stick to something purple. Have you tried a palm plate on the Envoy yet? I believe I did. Did I try palm on the Envoy yet? Maybe I haven't. I thought I did. I could have sworn I did. Actually, you know what? Maybe I haven't. Ball spin? I got you, Kenny. Can we see the Alioto set? The set. I don't have a set. Like keycap set? Well, that was a pretty good spin, actually. Frost switch would look quite nice. Frost switch would look nice. Blurple, I think, would also... Dude, I think Blurple would slap on this, too. I'm considering using Frost switch, but I don't know. I don't have 2Z, unfortunately. That I don't have. Oh my god, it's Mr. Toes? Marcia, I was hoping deep down that you would show up at the Novel Keys meetup, but you weren't there. I was very sad, I'm not gonna lie. There was a little part of me that's like, maybe she'll surprise us. Maybe I'll get to meet one of my oldest friends in this hobby. I'm so sorry, you don't have to apologize, I'm just teasing. I am just teasing. Interesting. Oh, so you can actually swap out these things, I guess. Because there's like a limited edition version that I saw that has different side panels. And then, where does the daughter board go? Oh, that's weird. So I have to unscrew... The batteries I'm not going to bother touching. You have to unscrew this little piece underneath over here to get to the daughter board. So let's unscrew it. It was like 1K for me to go. Yeah, that's expensive. I would not expect you to do that, Marcia. I was teasing. But do you feel better now? This is such a perfect color. It's pretty good actually. So this is, oh wait, this is kind of neat. It slides out this way. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. I enjoy that. By the way, if you guys want a sense of like shit that I just like stupid shit like this sometimes. Like, I know this seems meaningless to someone, but it's just cool to me. Like, this is what I enjoy about building keyboards. I just like the process of things. It's fun. How much is this board? I didn't see a price. I would assume around 300. I didn't catch a price in the IC. I'm not sure if they ended up making a price for it. Oh, so long cable actually. Does it go this way? It does. I need some screws. What's up, Alex? Dude, what's going on, man? How are you? How are things? This guy I'm assuming it's what? These two screws? Two M2 flatheads. One end. What are these Phillips for? Whatever, I'll just use these. I feel like I've been out of the loop pretty bad. What you mean? You mean like of keyboards? I don't think there's anything to be in the loop for, like, oh, maybe these are the wrong ones here. I don't think there's much to be in the loop of keyboards though. Like, I don't think there's anything like crazy happening. You know? Nothing like super crazy at all. Did you guys like the jelly? I saw Teja was building one. Did you guys like it? I couldn't make the NK meet since I was in Ohio for work. Dude, it was fun. Like, I'm not trying to, like, you know, gloat or anything, but it definitely was fun. Next time, man, definitely got to head out because I can give you a big old hug. Oh God, my throat. It sounds meh IMO, but it's pretty and I want a showpiece. Oh, this board here? Or the jelly. I was like, oh, did someone already do like a typing test in the keyboard streamers? I haven't seen them yet. The jelly. Is it another like foamy style thing? Like, did they do flex cuts on it and stuff? I'm not too sure how they did that board. That's the wrong bit, my bad. I missed the beginning part of when Nathan was building it. Is that the Geon feet? It's like the push feet. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like exactly like the Geon feet. I think the Geon feet are the better ones, like the best I've ever seen for that, but it's a Giga Foamy. I mean, it'll appeal to the people who really like that, and that's a good thing. If you guys want like some craziness with that, people outside of the hobby, like I've talked to, who see sometimes or like I meet and like get to talk to, they actually prefer the foamy stuff, like right off the bat. They do not like the higher pitch clacky stuff. They just prefer foaminess right off the bat. This is the Cupid with the gnarly side profile, yeah. Very, very cool. Okay, so the next thing though is these. So, silicone socks and rubber columns. I have no idea what the rubber columns are for. Oh, did they actually have it on Keeps for All? I didn't know they had a listing there. Let's see. I have no idea what these are for. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. Hey, beats me what these things are for. $369.8. Oh, is this Canadian or is this USD? I don't know. I don't know what currency I'm on here. What is it? USD? I guess I'm on Canadian? I have no idea. Well, no, I think mine switched because mine says for the grapefruit orange. That's a beautiful color. $424.87. I'm guessing I'm on the Canadian pricing. Yeah, I saw there was supposed to be a wrist rest too. I didn't see where you can grab it though. Oh, that's CAD. Okay. I appreciate they tried. I don't know if this was intentional or not. I still would love to see, like, this can be a bit of a criticism. I still would love to see more companies put a little bit more thoughtful effort into like the gasket placement and the tab placement on the bottom. Because I think we've now seen from enough samples of keyboards that putting any sort of mounting point underneath the spacebar tends to lead to a not, I guess, favorable spacebar feeling and sound. So it would be nice to see more companies pay a little bit more attention to that, or like give us, I mean, you can technically not just put in the thing here, I guess, but a little bit more meticulous, planned, I guess, where they put the gasket tabs. That would make more sense. Alrighty. Stomach's still growling. Hey Alex, do you remember if anyone got the... No, dude, I have no idea if anyone got the 222 card. I hope they did. So nice.
If you were a space bar, I would mount you perfectly. Wow.
Huh? Wait, what did Burb say? What did Burb say? Another day, another Alex Oto's daddy stream. Gotta love the time that you got that God spent on you, you handsome, sexy man. Oh my God. Burbs. Damn. I got complimented and then someone said something sus. Damn. Thank you, Juan. I appreciate you, man. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I don't know what these are for. I have no idea. Do you guys have any idea what these are for? I don't see any spot where these are supposed to go. Are they supposed to go in between these? Like, was I supposed to put it in this? In between the PCB or something? But why would I do that for? What's the point of that? Then it would stick out. Let me check the vid. I didn't see it in the video. Well, maybe I missed it. I was kind of glancing over it. Like, was I supposed to put it in between this? But then it would stick out like this. And that would interfere with the keycaps. Would it not? Yeah, it would. So that doesn't go there. That doesn't make any sense. Unless it's not supposed to go all the way in. I have no idea. I can still squish it in. Just we need to know. No, there's nothing on the bottom case. That's what's even more confusing about that. There's nothing there. I thought there was an IC for this board that I had saw, and I was trying to find it today. Check the vid at what time frame? 3:55? What are the rubber columns for? Would that not interfere with the keycap? I'm looking, I see what they did, I don't get it. I have no idea either. So it's telling, okay, in the video, it's showing that they put this through this, right? But there's one of the holes that they put it through. And when imagine this part will still be sticking out. Huh. Do you know the national theme of Pokemon would be cute to play in your stream? Oh, that would be cute to play in my stream. I think Pokemon music's really cute. It doesn't seem to show the keycaps. It doesn't seem to show through the keycaps. I feel like I probably should have put this first, shouldn't I? Let me see if I can just force this through. He does them after, I think. What does it do? I have no idea. These are awkward to put in. How do you stick them in afterwards, actually? Did he just force them in like this? Not really going in now. Do I just skip this part? Stick him through the bottom? Skip it? I'm thinking maybe skip it. I don't know what they are. They're like silicone. What do they call these things? Silicone socks. I don't know if this is... I have no idea, guys. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I have no idea what these are for. Here, I think I got one kind of through. Hold on. I'm just very curious at this point here, so... Connecting pillars. Oh, this is really awkward to pull through. Hold on. Let's try just doing this from here where there's no keycap. Petition just to call them diodes. I mean, you guys are okay if I fiddle with this for like a minute to see this, you know? I don't want to waste anyone's time, but I'm also very curious. Not the easiest things to put through. Dowds is what he said. All right, I got one through. It is easier to put them in through the top to bottom. You're wasting your time. I'm so sorry, Mishy. I said something stupid, didn't I? You're right. All right, let's put them all through, shall we? Try putting this. You know, I'll put one. Yeah, let's do this one right here because this is the one I'm more concerned about. The rest I don't think will have. Well, actually, no. These might have clearance problems. Let me grab a shift because this might interfere with it. I'm just curious at this point, so hold on. I'm just gonna grab a quick keycap set. I'm just gonna grab anything. Don't worry about it for now. I'm not putting this on, so don't get any funny ideas. But Greg. It does interfere. Why would I put this here? Look. Do you get? I don't know if you guys can. Let me zoom in a bit more. I think it's for the special. Well, no, because there's one over here too. There's ones over here. I don't. Yeah, there's one there. There's one here. Oh. When you do that though, there's no sound. Yeah. What the fuck? I'm so confused by this. Do I have another shift? Just out of curiosity, and then if I go this side. And it becomes like mushy. Do you guys hear the difference? I'm not putting these in. I have no idea what these are. I'm pulling this out. I feel like I'm gonna break this though. That's okay if I do. Alright, well, that's weird. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sorry. If that's supposed to be in there, I don't understand it at all. Weird. Fix your back? Oh, my bad, my bad. Here, Willie did a little zoomed in for you guys. Yeah, I saw that they do put all the foam in, so I mean, let's just leave it off for now. I don't really think that's supposed to do anything. I hope I don't regret putting in this IXPE film or whatever it was. Really hope I don't regret it. That's a good way to put this on here. Should I just... Oh, I see why it's so long. Pins at the bottom? Yes, this way here. You know, I'll take the longer cables any day of the week. Can you recommend me some keycap sets that will fit my... Oh, for Deep Navy, GMK Pacific might be a really nice choice. I think it's still available. I have no idea. Oh, shit. Oh, this is a battery. I was like, what the fuck? That's what I was plugging in. I literally got scared. Whoops. Actually, this is a little awkward. I'm guessing I just have to stuff the cable in the bottom here. A little weird. Holy diffusion? Yeah, dude, those diffusers for the LEDs are pretty insane. Oh, God, I do not. I think they need to also heat shrink this cable as well. That would be really fucking nice if they did that. All right. Should be good. Not really, but sorta. The daughter board placement and the wire, not the easiest to put in. Let me just turn this around. Stresses you out a little bit. Stressing me out too. I don't really love the way this builds. All right, well, we got it. All right, let's assemble this. I'm not gonna put any bottom case foam yet. If I really hate the way this sounds, we'll do it. Yeah, I don't think the daughter board location is the most intelligent, but I think it needs to be reevaluated there. No, it's not. It's definitely not great. I think it could have been done at the bottom. Like they probably could have just made the... I mean, I don't know how else they could have made this curve, but they could have done something to help that a little bit, I feel. Still sticking out from the bottom? No, we're not. There's nothing sticking out. We're good. Bluetooth daughter board? True. Form over function. It's the Apple philosophy. Yeah, I know, for real. Front? Oh, I see what you mean. Good eye. I didn't even see that. I just push it through, or do I have to unscrew this all? We got it. I pushed it through. I think simply, like, honestly, either the location needs to change or just heat shrink it, and I think it'll be good. Jumping the 9 stream. Have a great stream. Take care. Appreciate you being here. Apple would have to put the USB port on the bottom. No, Apple would have made Lightning. Apple would have also not used regular USB. So they would have double fucked you. That's what Apple would have done. All right, let's put these all back. These things that I don't understand. I'm probably gonna have to, I feel like I almost will have to put one layer of bottom foam on this, but we'll see. What the fuck, Tim? Tim strikes again? For real. Tim's a cutie though, so I'll forgive him. Ooh, the feet assemble's nice. This was fun to put on. That's satisfying. Tim, I haven't had Oreos in a long time, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm also a little sick of Oreos. I think I had enough when I was younger that I just don't care for them now. Here's the side profile again if you guys wanted to see. That's the side profile of the keyboard. So it has an interesting design on it. It is raised out a little bit, has a bit of a lip there, which is kind of cool. It is very pretty. This is Bluetooth as well. The layout of the hot swap wasn't diverse. Like, there's not a lot you can really do with it, just so everyone's aware. Yeah, I really don't understand what those standoff things were for, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty cool though. If you can get past the lack of options on the hot swap, and maybe this appeals to you, I think the aesthetic's kind of nice. I don't think this is fit. The fit for this could be a little bit better too, but I don't think you're gonna sit here and move this around much. But I do feel like the fit for the badge could be better as well. It's not perfect. Maybe there's some charm in it not being perfect, but it does wiggle around, but it is magnetic. And it is rounded everywhere. The ano is insanely good. I love the color. I love the shape of this. That's really cool. It almost looks fake. I'm not gonna lie. This does not look real right now on the stream. The diffusion on these switches are insane too. Look at that. You know what I think too? It's because it's also passing through that IPX film and getting diffused there. And then also getting diffused with the diffuser. Yeah, the ano's really nice on this. They did a great job on the ano. This guy doesn't seem to put the weird rubber things in the... Yeah, you know, I'm going to reach out to them and ask what it's for. I have no... I didn't think to ask that because I thought maybe there was a function for it. But it does remind me a little bit of the capsule, but I kind of prefer this over the other one, the capsule. It's a little prettier in my opinion. The bezel thickness is quite nice on this too. I do usually like thinner bezels. I'm pointing to my transition right now, but this is actually still pretty nice. I guess let's put some keycaps on it. Although this is kind of pretty to look at, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cool to look at just like this. I think the Grid 650 the Grid 650 is really nice. If you had to go with any of those like really interesting, a little bit round, a little bit more like artsy boards, I would definitely say the Grid 650 is beautiful. It's not even in the exploded render. I wonder if we're just putting them in wrong. I just don't know where else they would go. I have no idea, to be honest with you. None. Zero clue. Let's get some keycaps. I think I'm going to use Frost Witch for this. I think we kind of have to at this point here. So let me go get Frost Witch. Actually, Frost Witch? Let's just do Frost Witch. Okay. Let's put this here. And then I'm also just gonna grab a little bit of GS3 and tune the stab so it's a piece of fluff on me a little bit here. Thoughts on the Hex 4B? Amazing. I've always loved the Hex 4B. I think it was like underrated when it came out. I don't know why that didn't... I think it was still pretty successful, but it was awesome. Alright. Cool. Cool. Shall we put some keycaps on this? I like the way you're squeezing in that loop there. What the? Why is it when Tim shows his face, we all get weird, dude? Yo, Alex, what's your favorite board that you saw at the meetup? There was a silent, like extremely silent sonnet build. That was one of my favorites. But I'm not gonna lie, man, there was way too many good boards to count. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I liked one. You know, actually, it doesn't sound too bad. What a weird layout. So, okay. Actually, let me answer the question first. I think the Silent Sonnet was like outstandingly cool, but there were so many fun boards. They had CosFox summertime switches or something. Okay. This is such a weird layout because, in case you guys didn't notice, there is two 2.25U shifts on this board, which you don't really see that often. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a board with two 2.5s. So if you were thinking about purchasing this board, you might want to be a little bit cautious about purchasing it and double check your sets to see if you have the correct items for the keyboard. All right, let's take it off this board here. Ads? Oh no. Not the ads. Oh, this does look really good with. Hold on, it doesn't actually sound too bad with that IPX film on it. Oh, that's kind of nice. Hold on. I might want to add one piece of foam though. All the weight on this keyboard is from these side pieces, so there's nothing really underneath. So I'm hoping it doesn't sound too hollow. I mixed the Pixel Space capsule, so this may be a good alternative. Plus, it looks cool. Like, pretty cool. And we are using the Cupid switches, which did have that redesigned leaf. So they made a, I don't know if it's like a custom thing they did, and I hope it's available elsewhere if this does prove to be really good for this, but it is a newly designed leaf, or retooled, or they made a new mold for it that I believe they said was more rounded. I don't remember all the details. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, but like, check the IC for the switches. It tells you more details there. By the way, Alex, what do you think of the Aeroboard 70? Is that the one from? That's the one from what's it called? Gray Studios, right? I also like the diffusion on the switches. It's kind of pretty to look at, not gonna lie. I almost want to use clear keycaps just to look at these things. Those sides are hot. Yeah, it's a very pretty side profile. The Axe 60 successor? Oh. Then I have not seen it. I would have to take a look. Since when? Wait, since when have you had the how old are you in your bio? For a while. I actually just updated it the other day. It still said I was 31, so it's been a while since I updated it. Well, actually, no, my birthday was what, a month ago? So I'm good. I don't need to apologize. Badge fit is triggering. Yes, that is also one of the things I feel could be improved on this. The badge fit is not perfect, and I don't like that either. I feel like they could have done a better job with that, honestly. It doesn't fall out or anything, but I feel like they could have done a better job of making either the magnet stronger or the fit tighter. So I will also put that in my notes, because you can move this around. As far as I know, this is a prototype unit, as far as I know, but I still will put in that in my notes when I message them back. There are a few things I'm probably going to be adding to it, because I genuinely do like this board. I think it's very pretty. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. All right, let's also grab a few last things here. Let's move this board off this side. What do I need? I need arrow keys. Interesting. You guys are gonna hear me say that a lot for the next little bit here. Just a bunch of interestings. Mod colored pipe? But why? I may need to go and redo the stabs because I feel like I need to use the shims on the stabs. They're not sitting 100% the way I want them to sit. And that just might be because the thinness of the stabs. It's okay. We're just gonna test the board the way it is now. This one here feels really squishy for some weird reason. Probably this IXPE thing too. It's okay. Or maybe I just overloop this one here a little bit. Mod pipe is good. I don't think mod pipe works in this one here. Do you guys think that? I do. Here's the last. Oh boy, now I gotta look for it. Did this plate shift a little bit here? No, it didn't. Okay. Let's put print here as well. I'm a modless pipe. What happened? Modless pipe man, sorry. What's up, Nutty? How you doing? Where's my last arrow key? Last arrow key. Where on earth are you? There we go. Wait, that's not it. So nice.
This build is as dreamy as you.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. John Bond, how are you doing today? How are things? How is life? In case you guys are wondering, this is not the one. That's the wrong profile. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Well, I do actually want to double check something here. What is going on with these stabs? I may open this back up here in a second, but the stabs are all sitting a lot lower than the switches, and I'm wondering if I had to use the shims, which makes no sense, because everything would still be sitting on the same plane, but well, it's pretty. Give me 1 sec though, I'm gonna open this up one more time, guys. I know we just closed it, but I'm opening it up. HJ test? I will in a second. Gotta run. Take care, Extra. Thanks, buddy. PE foam and no other mods is underrated combo. Yeah, that actually didn't sound too terrible, but I just want to make sure I have the mods all 100% before we give it its little round of things here. Not this spank again? Huh? We're not spanking anything. Damn, I really don't like this daughter board. Alright, what is going on with these stabs? this need to be screwed in a little bit, or is that the thing? What's going on here? Just not screw these top ones in enough? I guess I didn't. Am I the only one who's sick of writing on weights? Oh, you're not the only one. I feel like there is a fair share of people who are also sick of it. Is it the switch that's just weird? Am I going crazy? Oh no, it is the stab that's weird. Oh, I see what happened to the stab here. This is my own doing. Let's see if I can fix it and put it in place. Yes, sir, I can. I didn't put the stab clip in, like the little hook that sits into the PCB, in enough, so it was sitting on a weird angle. Which, by the way, is a really important note to make with all this stuff, because I know a lot of people they sometimes wonder why their stabs don't sound 100%. Little things like that can affect your stabs greatly. They really, really can. I'm going to check one other thing though. So one thing that's kind of weird is I feel like the stabs are all sitting a little shallow. It almost feels like are they rising enough? No, they're good. Told you not to look. Wait, what happened? I should have listened. I know a guy on YouTube who has a tip in his... Oh, you do? I know a guy too. I might also know that guy. Let me try one thing. Let me put a different switch in and see if that solves the issue. Could it be the switch spring not good enough for this? So I think these are pretty light springs. No, it's not the spring, it's just this weird thing here. Alex is going to struggle with the JST connector again. Hey, I'll try my best to not struggle with it, that is. To not struggle. Okay. Let's plug things in again. I'm going to take this one here off as well, just to see if I can change the spacebar ever so slightly more. You guys are right. There's a little bit of a struggle here. It's like popping upwards. We're good there. Okay, that wasn't as bad. That definitely was not as bad as the first time. Okay, so there is two things I feel like that are major concerns of mine, which is the badge wiggling. So the badge tolerance needs to be fixed. And I do really think the way the JST connector works should also be fixed. Now, whether it be placement of the daughter board itself or even the cable itself, something to that nature needs to be completely looked at. All right, guys, enough of the little minuscule stuff now. I'm ready to type on it. Maybe I'll use that little Enter Artisan they gave us too. But yeah, they had some pretty nice colors for this. Lazy. So nice.
27 months of sus later and we still here. Hope you're doing swell, my guy.
I'm trying my best to be as swell as possible. But I'm loving it though, man. I hope you're doing even better, dude. Lazy accountant, me for real. Oh no, the first time I put this in was so much easier. Why is this time weirder? Let me put this one here at the bottom, see if that changes things up a bit. What the? Oh, there we go. Why is it like longer now? Did it stretch out or something? Okay, that's weird. Sometimes it just gets longer, dude. It's fine. You're right, I'm judging it and I should not. You are right. Okay, maybe it'll flatten out a little bit here on both these like little pockets where it's like elongated now. Oh, maybe I just gotta really press them in place. Oh yeah, okay. They're good now. They're good. We got it. We got it now. Maybe make the room colder. You know, that's not... Oh no, did one of the... I think I managed to somehow unplug the battery or something. Honestly, it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but... That's actually not too bad. I don't think the spacebar is my absolute favorite in the world. I wonder, should I have not uninstalled that one gasket? No, I don't think so. I don't think it matters. It's not bad, though. It does have a little bit of resonance in it, though. Hold on. We're not done yet, guys. I'm not done. I can open up this one more time. I'm opening this up a final time, I swear to God. I'm going to put one piece of bottom foam. Until I find my preference with this. I mean, the lack of a bottom weight with this was kind of almost foreseen. Take care, Scum. Thank you so much for tuning in, dude. I don't think the spacebar is rattling. It just sounds empty. Kind of foresaw this happening because of that lack of a weight on the bottom here. So it makes sense to see that. I get it. Oh yeah, the battery. Did the battery unplug? What's going on here? Is this connector already like not... Why isn't this staying put? What is going on with this too? God damn, dude. Oh my God, Lazy, thank you so much for the 5 tier 1s, bro. I appreciate that, man. I feel like the battery is not, like the connector for the battery is not like staying in its spot nice. It's wiggling around, which isn't good. Are the pins okay? Pins look good. Dedge connector. I think it's this one that's not good. This JST for it. Unless I got pulled out from over here. Oh, which I can't, it's in the battery. Weird. Maybe I disconnected under the weight. I don't think there's anything to disconnect under the weight. I think it's just in the battery, right? That's weird. Upside down? Nope. I'll double check though. Nope, it goes on the bottom. I mean, that's the way I had it the first time. And it worked, so. Well, that's something else I'll write down on the little list of things, perhaps. Let me give this one more go. Is the pins fucked up? No, the pins are good. The connection to the PCB is good. Beats me. Alright, let's put a piece of bottom foam on this. USB power. Maybe I did click a button on it. Perhaps I did click a button and I switched it to USB mode. You are right. That's a very fair point to make. I could have clicked a button on it and switched it. Very, very valid point. Because I am holding it by like all the switches right now when it's plugged in. Now let's plug this guy here in first. I think I have a sheet of all the commands for it though, so I'll definitely double check. Now to go through this trauma again here. I'll put this back on. I don't think this did really much to the sound. I'm gonna watch for later for the comparison. I don't know why this board is making me angry. It doesn't fully work right. No, it works fine. I don't think there's any quarrels with. I think there's just some installation quirks that need to really be thought out better. For example, this USB cable is not good at all. But just a quirk of the board that needs to be thought out better. Like it's getting caught on the plate. And this one here gets caught over here. Alright, there we go. Let's screw this in quick. The cable gives me anxiety. Yeah, like I said, I think that the ultimate fix to that is just to heat shrink it. Or, because I don't think they can obviously change the way that where it goes. I'm looking for the screws, they're right here next to me. What happened? I think top cam or desk moved. Oh, probably my desk pad. It moves so often, dude. This desk pad is really, really not good for streaming on, but I just like the way it looks in. I don't know, just looks nice. All boards in 2024 should have a catchball system. Toolless disassembly is endgame. I mean, if they can somehow fit it onto the board, there are boards that probably just won't be able to have that, right? Are you getting a Type K? I'm gonna say probably not. Only because I am not great with the Alice layout. But from what I understand, a lot of people have been very excited about the tinted Alice layout, like Alice style layout. So I'm gonna say like the board's not for me. It is gorgeous though. I saw it in person at the NK meet. Stunning looking board. Just not for me, and I also think the price is not going to be for everyone, right? But the people who do want it will have something very, very special to look forward to, for sure. That is for sure. All right, that has a bit more niceness to it, I suppose. Well, let me double check the key bindings, because I want to see if I can turn back the RGB. The LEDs on this Cupid 65. All right, let's see. Did I unplug something? I'm not sure. Wait, is there like a USB mode? Oh, here. Honestly, guys, I am not sure what happened with the power to the board. Let's see if I just plug it in. It plugs in good. Oh, maybe I just turned off the RGBs. Maybe that's what it was. RGB toggle. I mean, it's typing. Okay, what button is it to do the... No, it's typing fine, guys. What button is it for the RGBs? I want them back. No, I untoggled the RGB and I don't know how I did it. Is this not the function button? Let me double check the switch is not bent. Yeah, it's not bent. Supported in VIA. Oh no, this is doing something. What button is it? I don't get it. Why isn't the RGB turning back on? It could be all the way down, so that would be this key. Nope. Function top is usually reset. Actually, where is reset on this? Pain. I don't know. Maybe my PCB needs to be flashed or something? Or maybe maybe there's another function layer here or something. No, that's literally Alt. That's Alt as well. That's Control. Oh, no, don't want to save that. I can try. Let me try if it's in VIA. Actually, before we do anything, do you guys want to see how the board sounds? Shall we see how it sounds? Here, let's do that first. All right. So this is with the IPXE foam, or whatever it's called, the white film. One bottom layer of foam, and we're using GMK keycaps with the Cupid switches. It's not super foamy. Oh shit, did I do anything to my stream? I opened up the stream by accident. I wouldn't say this is extremely foamy. However, it does definitely have the traits of a more foamy keyboard. It definitely does. So if we were to use nothing for this, I'm almost certain this would probably sound a bit more thin and hollow, which maybe is your thing too. I do think the board overall looks good. My concerns with the board, and maybe things that me personally, so I'm gonna divide this into two things. All right, actually three things. It looks good. I think that if you're into the sound, obviously that matters. Like for you too, you have to be into the sound in its current state. Visually gorgeous looking board. I really like it. I think this looks absolutely stunning. Great, nice curve. Like it has beautiful curves. Like it has that really, really pretty like rounded back to it. Beautiful side profile with some interesting design there. Now I'm going to break it down to, again, two other things being my biases. So what I prefer and what I'd like to see out of the board that I feel like could help improve it in its marketing and perception on the market as well. And things that I feel like are objectively bad things. I'm going to start doing this, by the way, guys, for every prototype board that we do. This is just something new I was thinking up that maybe it gets lost in our streams, but I really want to point it out. Some changes I'd like to see. My biases. And my preferences. I would like to see a 1.6 millimeter PCB. Just a standard PCB I think would be completely fine with this. If you're gonna, like my thing is if you're gonna stuff it with foam anyways, if the intention is, like if the designer wants to stuff it with foam, having it be a 1.2 millimeter PCB doesn't really make sense. Because there is no extra bounciness that I'm getting from having a 1.2 millimeter PCB here. This eliminates the need for any sort of special stabs. It eliminates the need for any sort of shims. And you can still achieve your foamy sound profile. I personally just think it's the smarter way to go. Flex cuts, not really my thing, but maybe offering something different for a different audience would be a smart idea too. Again, preference there. Not the end of the world for, I think, a lot of people. Maybe it ends up being a pass for other people. So that's just one of my things. Now, objectively bad things on this that I think really need to take a look at. The bad shifts all over the place. I do think this is going to be annoying for some people. And you know what? Maybe if the magnet starts to get loose over time, you're going to hear that. Probably an easy fix. The next thing that I would say is objectively bad. I really do not like the way that the USB daughter board, it sits fun, it sits fine in this little compartment. I think it's cool there. The cable either needs to be shrink wrapped or it really needs to figure out a better way to mount that all together. So that I think is objectively not a great thing. Frostbite shuts go to set. I agree, it's nice. But those are primarily my concerns. Other than that, it's a very cool looking project. Like, that is very, very pretty. Very pretty project, right? Very cool. God damn it. What is this? Oh, I'm playing my music. Like I never saw. Okay, you know what? No. I'm gonna get banned off of Twitch for this. God damn it. Why is it going to Spotify? Huh? I'm listening to country music, okay? Hey, yo. Told you guys I was been in the country lately. I don't know why I've been into it. Oh, I closed my other. Anyways, that's pretty much my thoughts and opinions on the board. DMCA time? I know, I'm concerned. My stomach's growling again. I'm pretty much that's it. I think that's pretty much my concerns with it. You listen to Dallas Dixon. I don't know who I had on. I'll tell you. Let me open up Spotify again for you. Insty. I almost called you Toasty. That's a bad thing, bro. I'm so sorry. My mind's not working right now. I'm scattered. I was listening to Jesse Murphy and Diplo, Heartbroken. Timeout. Anyways, I hope this maybe helps you figure out if you want this board or not. I don't know. Do you guys think this is fair for me to say? Is it fair? Is it like a fair assessment of the board? I like how it keyboards. Yeah, I like, look at it. Look at it from the little side view panel over here. I think this looks super cool on a desk. It's also comfortable to type on. I think it sounds, even with the foamier sound signature, I'd probably use this, honestly. And at the end of the day, it is preference. I do think it is preference for sure too. But what I really don't like is that daughter board USB, like the JST for that. Oh my God, no. That needs to definitely change. She's kind of cute. Yeah. Constructive criticism is always welcome on protos. Exactly. But in sections where it's not pref, it low-key fails. Yes, I think there's two major points, like I said. Badge and daughter board cable. That needs to be fixed. Anyways, what's it going to play? Okay. That's pretty much the stream, though. I'm going to go talk to them and figure out what buttons which to turn back on the LEDs. I must have clicked something while I was handling the board with the battery in, and I've turned off the LEDs. And the sheet they gave me, it is not working for the LEDs. I have no idea what I did, but I did it. Alex broke the PCB. No, the PCB works. I can type to you guys. Look, I can type. I just can't LED. So I don't know what happened. Let's go see if we can go raid though. But if you guys did want this board, I'm not too sure who the vendors are all going to be. I know Keebs4all is one of them. But Kyocera is the maker of the board. So I'm sure they'll have more information on their end. Could we get a stream of you playing games? Do you guys really want to stream of me playing games, huh? I'll see if I can make it happen. I'm going to play a little bit of Baldur's Gate tonight. And if I feel like it, maybe I'll pop in Discord. And maybe we can, I'll just do like a private stream to you guys there. All right, though, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, I think, on Tim's podcast. And I'm going to be building something tomorrow, too, okay? We're going to have a very busy week of keyboards. I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Thank you again, Lazy Accountant, for the 5 gifted, bro. Big kisses. Love you, dude. And everyone else who subbed and just followed and just was here. Thank you guys all so much. Really appreciate you guys. Good night, everyone. Have a good one and take care.